name's Alex.
I'm Kaylin.
And we're both students in the Advanced Computer Engineering classroom at the CTC, which is where we are right now.
ACE is a 2-year program. It's for hardware and software. We do stuff like building computers, playing with the Now robots, and working towards certifications.
Yeah, all the computers that you'll see in this classroom are actually built by students in this class. So in the hardware year, obviously that's kind of what you focus on. You'll learn how to work with servers, how to work with different operating systems. And then in the software year, you're able to learn a few different programming languages. Like she mentioned, there are robots that we program. We've done things like program video games, pretty much anything that you might want to do if you want to be a software developer. Some of the other opportunities are through this class, you can be a member of the robotics team at the CTC Inspire, and you can also get an internship at Cerner. I'm currently doing that right now for the whole year. It definitely ties in a lot with the class. It's an opportunity to kind of apply what you're learning in the classroom to the real world.
I'm RJ Steele. I'm in the cybersecurity program, and our second year students are currently working on building a network.
Okay.
I'm Kira McCabe, and I'm a first year in cybersecurity, and currently we are working on learning how to use the command prompt and accessing the control panel and its many different perks and configuring switches right now.
Another opportunity for kids in the cybersecurity and ACE classrooms, they can be a part of Cyber Patriot, which is a competition for securing different virtual machines. We compete every Saturday in each month, and it lasts for about 6 hours.
Yes, in addition to this, like I mentioned with ACE, there's also an opportunity to get an internship with Cerner. They have a lot of different jobs in IT, so whereas I'm doing, software, hardware type stuff we learn in there, they have the opportunity to do networking stuff, which again, applying everything that you learn in class to a real job. Alright, so back here is actually where we have our build workshop for the robotics team that Kayla and I are both members of. Again, CTC inspired. Right now what we're doing is setting up our pit that we would have a competition. That's where we go if our robot breaks, if we need to do like PR type of stuff. As a team right now, we basically compete in 2 to 3 competitions a year. We get 6 weeks to build a robot and program it completely, then we can't touch it again until competition. Yeah, it's really fun stuff. There's definitely a lot that goes into it. There's the business side, the fundraising side. We have to make videos, we have to make our own pamphlets, all sorts of stuff. So it's a really good opportunity for any student who's interested in kind of getting an idea of what it's like to actually run a business, work with the team.
Hi, my name is Alakota, and I am in Auto 2. What we do on a daily basis is, we try to expand our knowledge on automotive technology and how to work in a shop, and not only hard skills but soft skills as well. This is the second year of the automotive program. The class before this is Auto 1. I think this class is really fun. It's really fun experiencing class time with Lieb and learning more as the day goes on.
Do you get the chance to get any certifications in this class?
Yes, actually I've received several certifications. I've received 4 by the Automotive Society of Engineers.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's not even it. You can learn so much more too.
Yeah. Members in the Auto 2 program also have the opportunity to be a part of an organization called Skills USA, as do many of the other clubs. They have, automotive competitions, whereas for our classes, Kayla, what do we do?
We have a humanoid robotics competition where we take our Now robots to state, and then if we make first, to nationals. And then we also have the VEX robotics that ties into our FRC robotics team.
That's one of the cool things about this organization is that pretty much whatever class you're in, there's something that ties into it. There's a culinary competition, there's obviously automotive competitions, robotic stuff, computer hardware, there's even like speaking activities. It's just a good way to kind of, apply all of both the hard and soft skills that you've learned in the CTC to a real thing that matters.
Practical application.
Yes, for
through
sure.
the testing
for sure.
process.
Yes. And it's all on-site type of stuff, so it's not like you've pre-prepared stuff. You have to go there, and for us, they'll tell us something to program, and we program it right there in front of the judges. Yes, very exciting stuff.
Are we good here?
I think we are good here.
I'm going to get this in the film.
Definitely.
That's what the event's all about.
Yeah.
So right now we're in the health science classroom here in the CTC. There's also another classroom out in Lakewood where they have classes at the actual hospital. Here they can get certifications in CNA, which is their certified nursing assistant, and then their CPR certifications. Those certifications can help them get into nursing school and later apply what they learned here later in life in medical.
Any medical profession, pretty much.
Medical fields, yeah.
They also, I know I had a friend last year who was in this class, and they have the opportunity to go do actual clinicals at a hospital, kind of get that experience again. That's a really big thing here, is just make sure that you get actual work experience and can kind of see how what you're learning applies to real life.
Right now we're in the welding program in the CTC. This is the second year that it's been around. The instructor and his family actually built all of the welding booths that you see, and the students get their own to work on and weld different materials and chemicals.
Yeah, they learn a lot of the different types of welds, and they actually get a chance to kind of like work on their own projects, weld whatever they find interesting, I guess.
Right now we're in the culinary.
Right now we're in the culinary classroom, and we're here with Jordan, who's going to tell us a little bit about what they do in here.
That's a crowd. Could we restart? What we do in the culinary program, we learn basics of life, like we learn to recycle, we learn like proper ethics, and
We also could just make a nice little tossed salad and put mine on there.
I'm trying to think.
Do you guys, so I know you guys learn a lot about, different cooking, how it would be to actually work in the kitchen. Do you guys do any sort of like, real life applications to it, I guess? Like, do you guys like kitchen stuff?
Do what?
Like, you guys, I know, like, just talk about, like, do you do anything that's like real life applications of it other than just being in this classroom and just kind of doing classwork?
We create menus, which would, I don't know, we create different styles of menus for different groups. You have to think about your audience, who you're giving your food to, what kind of needs.
That's all right. That's typical.
What kind of needs they're gonna have, and the time, the day, just about everything. And it all ties back to reusing, saving on money, so we can do more of that and use the best resources.
Awesome, yeah, so you're kind of learning how to cook, but also the more practical side of it as well. I think that's cool.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Should be good.
Okay, we'll talk. Guys, are you watching? Just some balsamic vinegar. 25%. Thank you. Avocado oil. So we're just going to make a little salad on the side. Salt. Right, always seasoning. Granulated garlic. What is granulated garlic? Just what? Powdered garlic. Powder? That would be garlic powder. Just plain, it is only dehydrated fresh garlic. So it's different than garlic powder. There's nothing else in it. No salt added. It's not garlic salt. It's just pure garlic flavor. It's great for things like salad. It's great for things like grilling. You don't want to sear it because it'll burn like garlic will, because it's literally dehydrated garlic.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm using my hands to toss the salad so I don't break the cells. What happens once we break the cells or bend that lettuce and break it? It starts to oxidize. Then what happens?
Okay, my name is Noah Benson. I'm part of the Automotive 1 class. Here we're learning more about brakes and how to change oil, and this is pretty much a starter class. We don't do much with engines this year. I got a belt demonstration over here for the 50th year anniversary today. If anyone's interested in that,
Awesome.
yeah, most of the big engine stuff is Auto 2. So.
Yes, in this class, again, is part of a 2-year program, so you would do Auto 1 first, and then the next year as a senior, you would do Auto 2.
We all.
We're doing like a little video tour, so if you could just say like what you do.
Hi, I'm Jordan Hicks. I am with the CSI Law Enforcement PM shift. I am a sergeant within that class. And here I do just about everything. I run a squad. I am with Skills USA. I'm a district officer with Skills USA. And
What do you do every day in class?
every day, well, we're a dual credit class with UCM. So we do a lot with UCM. We follow their coursework with their intro to criminal justice. We also do a lot of forensic science stuff. So we have a crime scene house we go in and work in. We also wear a duty belt, which I'll put on in a little bit. I'll put a radio on. We wear all the equipment. We learn all the equipment, basic policing procedures, all of that. We run kind of like an academy, kind of like a department, all of that.
Hi, I'm Jenna Jones. I'm in the AM EMT class. EMT is separate from fire, so fire class is in there, and then EMT's in the AM and fire's in the PM. Basically what we do is we just do PT, we train, and we prepare for saving people's lives right out of high school. So that's basically what we do on a daily basis.
Yep, and 1 year you do EMT, 1 year you do fire science, correct?
Correct, if you want both certifications. This year I'm only doing EMT, and this is my senior year. So usually the people before seniors, so basically juniors go fire and then they go EMT.
This was, I mean, none of this stuff was out.
Awesome.
They built the,
Should be good.
thing for the,
Have you tried any of this?
for CSI.
Right now. Yeah, no, it's definitely cool stuff. It's very different from what Kaylin and I do in class, but it's kind of cool to see all the different kind of stuff that you can learn in here.
Very good.
All right, so we're here in the engineering room at the CTC.
Hi, I'm Abigail Leland. I'm a student for the College Prep Engineering program. A lot of the time we're on our computers where we can do research on different projects we're working on, but some of the time we also work in the lab in the back. Sometimes when we're working on a particular project and don't have a good part for it, we can design it on our computer and then have it 3D printed. We can also use the wind tunnel, which is in the back. It's behind the whiteboard because if it wasn't behind the whiteboard, then all of the stuff would blow off Mr. G's desk. And so you can see that there's a panel here you can lift up, and then you can put a car or a model airplane. See, this one's 3D printed, and then you can put it in here and turn the 3D printer on, and it will measure the amount of drag that the car experiences, depending on the wind speed.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff that they do in this class, of course, ties into what we do in the advanced computer engineering. We do projects with them. They also have the opportunity, of course, to be a part of the robotics team, all sorts of stuff. It's all kind of engineering, STEM type of stuff. Lots of chances to kind of work with different fields and see how they fit together. I think that should be good for you here.
We're good?
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're currently in the business and marketing room at the CTC. This class is kind of unique compared to the others because as opposed to juniors and seniors coming here, this is actually open to freshmen through seniors who go to Fort Osage High School. In here they learn pretty much everything about business. I was in this class freshman year and we learned a lot about different marketing strategies and how to evaluate risk. They also have the ability to be in a club called DECA. DECA, basically you just kind of get the chance to apply what you're learning to different things. So for us, we have to come up with a marketing strategy for a different business, or you can write your own business plan, that sort of stuff. They also do things like advertising, so they have green screen stuff set up and they basically make their own commercials, all sorts of that stuff to see kind of how it applies to the modern day and keep up with evolving technology in business and marketing. You have anything to add, Kevin?
Let me get them over there. It's okay. Fine. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
We'll be in touch.
Sounds good.
How are things going?
Still moving.
Yeah, I know, that's, I get it.
Someday that's what it amounts to. I'm
You
getting
know, I
up
don't mind getting old.
Well, I left here in '94. Went to my next 25 years.
They're ground chickens, so we thought about that. We got
I apologize.
They look so much alike. They do, but I can tell what you do. I think you need some quite a lot. Yeah. They probably less. The picture the less
Years you'll get Yeah, we're pleased that you could come back, and we have folks that started in 1968 all the way up to our current staff. So we're gonna say a few things. I'm pleased to actually have Dr. Snodgrass, our superintendent of schools, who'd like to do a quick welcome. If you can come forward, please.
Hi, I'm Jason Snodgrass, Superintendent of Schools here at Fort Osage. What an exciting day we have. It's amazing to see everybody who has worked here in the past and still works here, who are doing tremendous things for students. I know Mike will probably talk to you about the different programs we're offering now. We're just so excited about not only what we're doing here, but certainly our rich tradition here at Fort Osage. Welcome back. It's so nice to see everybody, hear the amazing stories. I have to point out Glenn, who's here, and he has some slideshows. He was a construction trades teacher here beginning in 1968. Just a funny story he was telling me. He went back and visited today in Buckner a house he built with his students. Was that in the late 70s that you built that house? Do you know?
About 78, I think.
He built that house in 78. He was proud to say that the walls are still solid, the basement is still leak-free. All those things. He walked right up to that door and knocked on the door and asked if he could see the basement. So she let him in. So, you know, that is something, just one story of many that we could tell. 50 years of tradition, 50 years of serving students. And you think about the impact that you as educators have had on those students, not only here at Fort Osage, but the sending schools. We're very proud of our sending schools as well and the partnerships we have with them, with our Blue Springs, Oak Grove, Green Valley students. We're so proud of that as well. I do want to recognize and thank our Board of Education here at Fort Osage. We have a tremendous board who supports students and staff on a daily basis. Many of them are here. Sharon Dankenbring is our Vice President. And as I introduce these folks, you'll probably know many of them if you worked in the district for several years, because they're certainly familiar faces to many of you. David Trout, Board President Floyd Hawkins, Tim Brown. Am I missing somebody? There's Gary Thompson in the back. So Gary, thank you for being here. Again, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the food, because I am. That's my favorite part of just coming in and enjoying and having the fellowship and just the tremendous things that they're doing here at the CTC. That's one of many things that they do wonderful here. So Mike, thanks for introducing me.
Thank you. So we decided to try to kill two birds with one stone, and every couple years we do an expo, or it's like an open house. So we coincided this event with that. So at 5:30, from 5:30 to 7:30, we're doing like an expo of all of our programs. So we hope you can stay that long. We're also going to maybe get you out of here early enough that you can get a head start and jump through that. So we have 16 programs total now. There's only 15 in action with construction trades not running right now, but there's 14 of them here in this campus, 13 of them here on in this campus. We have still our entrepreneurship program that's in Independence Center that's been running since I started in 2000 with Carol. And then we took over the nail tech program was part of Blue Springs School District, and I guess Jen Emery's. We expanded our health science program that's actually housed in Truman Med Center. So our ag, everything else is in here. Our ag department is out back. I know since it's such a far walk and it's the heat, she actually came up here with some students. So our ag, Ms. Pressler is up here, and Ms. Conrad was nice enough to put our brochures and all of our information. So feel free to have it as you're walking around, at least look through there to go through that. But yes, just to echo what Dr. Snodgrass is saying, you know, when I came here in 2000, Dr. Lang was kind enough to hire me, and I appreciated that. I was in Excelsior Springs and had been a teacher there for 5 years. Always heard about the great things at Fort Osage, and so it was nice for me to be able to come to this bigger school with all these cool programs. Lots of cool things were going on then, you know, and where we are today, I always thought that, you know, Fort Osage had some of the best programs back in the early 2000s. So coming here, realizing that there was a lot of great things going on, being able to come over as the administrator, taking what most of all the great things that started was basically from folks in here. And we unbiasedly can say that I still feel that we're one of the top career and tech centers in the state. One of my auto teachers has moved on to Northland to Platte City to be an administrator, so I can say that in front of him. So, but yes, we prove it every day. We built on what you guys have started as a foundation and continue to do some great things, continue to expand and serve kids. It's really unique for a school district to have the same sending schools for 50 years as part of that consortium. So we have a great relationship with all of our sending schools and can continue to have that, and appreciate that with all we do. So I hope you got a chance to look around. I'm going to have Miss Conrad. This is Becky Conrad, and before I go on, she single-handedly, with some help from Ms. Goldsmith, actually, our assistant director, both of them really put a lot of time and effort with a lot of other help, but coordinating and organizing all of this was Becky. So she deserves, and Susie does too, a round of applause for all the work they do.
All right, so real quick, just in case you didn't have a chance already to browse around the exhibits, just to give you a highlight, along the back wall we have a ton of old photos, newspaper clippings, even an original program from 1968 when the CTC first opened. We also have a special exhibit called 1968, A Year to Remember, and it highlights some of the events that happened that year, including the first year the Special Olympics were held, and the first year that Yale actually admitted female students. So along with CTC opening, there were some major events that occurred. And then we also have yearbooks from Fort Osage High School commemorating 1968, every 10 years leading up to 2018. So there's a lot of really neat photos and events that are mentioned in those yearbooks. And then of course we have Mr. Glenn Snyder's contribution to our event this evening, some amazing photos from his time here at CTC, a slideshow, and then last but not least, our photo booth, which we're actually gonna have an alumni here in about 10 minutes who's gonna set up and be taking professional photos for us throughout the evening. So, and then I will turn it back to you for, yes.
So not only did Ann and Glenn start in '68, but they also were very instrumental too, helping us. Glenn went to a lot of work. I don't know, he had help with that, but since that, he called me a couple times throughout the last spring and through the summer to get things organized and to send those pictures. We took the time to actually put them get them burnt on a DVD for me and send it up here. And so I appreciate that. So we want to say thank you. So we've got you a certificate of appreciation.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Just beginning, wasn't it?
And say thank you for that. And I usually we host a retiree alumni type thing at Christmas time to have all the retiree staff and come back for dinner. And I brought him in and I said, I'm gonna put you to work today. And so I started going through a lot of the history, but Ann took it and ran with it and was able to bring us a lot of clippings, a lot of books that she had, a lot of stuff from her memorabilia, but also to make contact with you made contact with Glenn to get him started. So we wanted to thank you for the extra effort you've done too, Ann. So. Okay, again, we're trying to make this so you can have some time to go socialize here. We are going to do a setup here, and we're going to.
We're going to finish that back so they have time to think
You're fine to socialize in here. The food is for you, it's not for all the other people, so feel free to have cookies and some of the hors d'oeuvres and stay in here and have your networking time if you'd like and stay. Please, we have ambassadors. One of us would be happy to walk you around if you'd like to see some of the programs, okay? So thank you again for coming. We appreciate your time.